It is Saturday. We just got back from grocery shopping, running our errands, picking up our milk. I got a new hat, guys, so you can see I don't really have new outfits, but now I have a new hat. And we bought the chickens, the baby chicks, a thing called a baby cake so they can peck at this little like treat block and not peck at each other because they kind of get a little pecky towards each other. So I have to show you. This is so cute. Okay, I know I'm showing you this through the poultry netting, so it's not the best picture, but they at first were terrified of this thing and now they're obsessed. So you're only supposed to keep it in there for a little bit so they don't like basically gorge on it. So I'll keep it in there for a little bit longer, but they love it. They were terrified of it and now they love it. And it smells good, like I kind of want to eat it too. Okay, so we bought cabinets for the laundry room, bare, just unfinished cabinets. And we are painting them white, and this paint is horrible. So we've never used Valspar before, but Valspar is a decent brand. Let's see if you can see over there. It's the Valspar like cabinet and furniture paint, and it's got a little bit of an enamel finish, but it is horrible. Yes, we were doing this on bare wood, but we have 3 coats down. It keeps yellowing, it's thin and runny, which may be because it's got an oil, it's not oil, it's a latex paint, but it has some kind of oil something in it, but it's horrible. We have painted cabinets a ton back home in Chicago and never had this problem, even with the stupid crappy Rust-Oleum cabinet kit. So we're gonna try to return this at Lowe's and get the bare, it's like Alkyd cabinet enamel paint. We use that on our kitchen cabinets back in Chicago and it works way better. This stuff sucks so bad. You shouldn't have to paint 5 coats to get white. And already, I know you can't see this on camera, but it's already like, still, this is 3 coats. 3 coats.
And it's not shiny.
And it's not shiny. It's shiny because it's wet, but it's dull. It's supposed to have like an enamel finish. It sucks. So we're gonna just finish up this 3rd coat so it's even, and then we're gonna return this and have to order online at Home Depot because the closest Home Depot is like 45 minutes away. Okay, so another chicken field trip today. We've brought their Chickshaw into their little explore area because it is so hot. The poor little birds are panting, but we got to get them used to this, so at least this gives them some shade. And I have a frozen water bottle over there in their dish of water, so they can sit by that if they get too hot. But I don't know how long we're gonna be able to have them out here because they are hot birds. Okay, so they're doing a little better, and we put a few of them in the Chickshaw so they could get used to it. They're starting to cool down a little because they have shade and they have their little water bottle that's frozen with some cold water in it. But at least they're getting used to what will soon be their new home. What do you guys think? Do you like your new house? Do you like your new house, crazy birds? For some reason, they think they can't jump 12 inches down. You gonna go for it? Oh, you did it. Hi, Harley. Chicken success. They are in their little house, exploring. They still don't understand that that there's like hardware cloth there, so they like to stay on the bars, the roost bars. But it's pretty cute. It works good. I think they like their new house. It is Sunday and we have the little chickens out again outside, but we have realized we have a serious hawk problem. So I'm literally standing in the area because I do not want them to get killed, trying to keep them underneath. So we're gonna have to figure out a solution for this, whether we use hawk line or something, but there is way too many hawks here that are figuring out there is chickens here that could be their food. So they are mostly staying underneath and in their house, but some of them are venturing out. I think they can kind of sense when there's a hawk here, so they run underneath, but some of them don't seem to understand that and they just try to come out here. We may need to get a rooster, so that'll help protect them. We're trying to figure out what to do. We've heard that if you run like colored fishing line or hawk line across your area, that can help, but I can't leave these guys out here by themselves. They'll probably get eaten. You can't even see them. I was trying to film the sky to see if you could see them, but you cannot with the iPhone camera. It's Monday afternoon. We just finished all of our work. So it is Chicken field trip time. They're pretty happy to be outside. They have been loud all day, chirping in their brooder. I think now that they've had quite a bit of time outside, they do not like being in the brooder. But we still got to figure out how to deal with them because, like I said yesterday, there was at one point like 6 or 7 hawks circling over them. So we're gonna have to figure this out so they don't die, especially when they're still this small. So Matt is over there getting our lawn chairs, so we're just gonna hang out outside, watch the birds. Matt's gonna take some pictures. They're gonna eat some grass and some bugs and dust bathe, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So they are getting a little bit more adventurous and exploring. We moved the chickshaw back a little bit so it's a little closer to the tree line so it gets more shade. So it's about, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock right now?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, so there's some good shade so they're not so hot, but we do have their little water with the frozen water bottle in case they want really cold water. Their feeders are over there. And we are on hawk watch to make sure they don't get taken. And Matt's gonna do a chicken photo shoot. She got her first bug. She got a cricket. Get it. Get it, Maeve. Little naughty bird. She literally climbed up the door to get to the top. I feel like she's eyeing the roof. Okay. I'm like, got my hands full. Today's Tuesday. It's like 4:30. Done working for the day. So we got them a little shade set up. So we bought a mesh like tarp sunshade thing at Tractor Supply, and then we bought these like little post thingies. I think they're like hog pen posts or something like that. So we got 4 of those to create a little shade cover for them so when it's hot and sunny out they can go under there. We'll probably get a 5th little post to put in the center so it's not so low, especially as they get bigger. But they are freaking loving being out here. So we just put them out here now. We've been kind of busy during the day and we still have to keep an eye on them. But at least this time of day, it's not quite as hot out, so they like it. And we finally have the fencing like in a perfect square, so I'll kind of show you that in a second. And then I have Champy and Nala over there on the deck. You can't see them from this far away, but they're over there. We're gonna build, I think I was saying this in another video, we're gonna build a little like a fence around the house. About a 1,200, I think, square feet fence, just using some molded wire and some T-posts so that way the dogs can be outside. Our dogs are not off-leash dogs, especially Champy, so we have to monitor him, but I think they'll enjoy like being outside with us while we're outside without having to just be on the stupid deck. So Matt's mowing the lawn, I'm gonna hang out with the dogs and the chickens, and yeah, good day. So here they are hanging out. We did have one of them try to jump through the netting yesterday. Actually the biggest one, she managed to get through the top little squares, which are bigger, but she went right back in. So it's nice and windy today, this afternoon. There's their little sunshade. There's their little water with the frozen water bottle in it to keep them cool. Although I don't know if they need it, but they really like it. And they are just having fun, scratching, pecking. Some of them, not right now, but have like dug some holes and dust bathing. I have no idea what they find. Where's our littlest one? There's our littlest one. She loves being out here. She loves to scratch and peck. But they literally are so loud all day until we put them out here, and then they're just like in chicken little heaven. Matt is mowing. Okay, so we have Champy and Nala over here on the deck, kind of wondering what the heck's going on. I'll sit with them for a minute, say hi guys. So I think they'll be pretty excited. No, don't get your head stuck. Oh, Champy, you're gonna get your head stuck. Uh-oh. Okay, thankfully he did not get his head stuck. There's little Nala, and then over here, oh, where did he go? Matt was over there mowing, but he's done now. So there we go. There's our chickens. That's boxes, how we transport them in and out of the garage. Our little compost system, and our poor pathetic garden. Our cucumbers got some kind of thing going on, but the watermelons are doing pretty good. Since I'm just out here hanging out with the birds, put the dogs back inside because they don't like being on the deck. You can't see this, but Champy is like looking through the window. It's so cute. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn our compost, because that one's supposed to be hot and it's like never hot. I don't know what to do at this point. And then I'm probably gonna do something about our pathetic garden. There's like serious grass that's going to seed in it, so I need to pick it. So I'm gonna show you me turning this compost and see how it goes. Okay, so I don't know if you could even see my little happy dance in the time lapse, but the hot compost is actually hot today. So that's good. I think we turned it on Sunday and wetted it down. So I just turned it now, just kind of like, again, it needs airflow, otherwise it won't compost. Technically, this is the cold guy, so if you heard me say before, we don't have to like turn it. I think I'm probably gonna water this one tonight after I do the garden stuff. I'll show you the grass, it's ridiculous. And then I'm like, keep an eye on the chickens because they're still so small that I'm so scared they're gonna get through, especially our littlest one. So like they're not allowed to be unsupervised quite yet, so I had to keep an eye on them. But I'm gonna go do the garden, I'll show you that now. Okay, so I'll show you the garden. It is looking kind of pathetic. So our basil, our cinnamon basil is doing really good. It's kind of bolting, and the dill is actually bolting too. Watermelons are doing good. The cucumbers like must have gotten a pest, or it's just our soil's so crappy. We did get a soil test done from the extension office, but I don't really know how to read the results. So basically to me it says our soil's really acidic and probably nitrogen deficient. But anyways, let me show you how this thing is looking. Okay, this is not a crop, this is the grass. So whatever kind of grass this is, it's like going to seed. I should use my Picture This app and see what kind of grass this is, but it is, I like have to hand pull this or clip this because we can't obviously weed whack this close to the garden or it will kill the basil. So the purple basil is doing okay. It's always had this issue since we got it that the leaves are kind of yellowing. This little basil, this regular sweet basil, is doing pretty good. I probably need to trim him. And then the cinnamon basil is really tall. You can see it's like bolting. Our banana pepper started to come in a little, I don't know, like a week ago or so, and they're doing pretty good. And then the jalapeno over there is still doing good. But you can see our poor cucumber is like, I think I read and it could be like a squash bug. Maybe, is that right? A squash? I don't know. But then this is the dill, so the dill is like going to seed. Watermelons are still doing good. I need to look it up again, but I think you're not supposed to harvest it till the stem starts to brown. So it looks like this is starting to brown right here, but I think it's supposed to brown at the attachment point. So we have like a handful. These two guys started to come up last week, and they've already started to turn a darker green, so that's good. But I need to kind of go through here and pull some weeds and stuff. So I think it's time to do that. Oh, and our tomato, we tried to rig this like pathetic attempt of like a tomato stand, but that was like after it already had like broken in half. So I don't know. These are purple Cherokee purples or something. I don't know if they're gonna work. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know shit about gardening. So obviously some of these leaves are dead. I need to clean this up, but this guy is just a fucking mess. Okay, so that's his. Okay, so I couldn't time lapse my weed pulling, so I'm just going to show you. Here's my pile. So I cleaned up this edge. I should probably show you the other way, but it's kind of hard to get in here. We have learned a lesson. We are going to do raised beds. It is Wednesday afternoon, and our neighbor Richard has come over to bush hog our back area again. So this is the only area of our land that's cleared that we haven't been able to mow. When we spent time like raking up the hill and everything like that, we kind of let this go, and he's hitting it again with the bush hog, so then we can kind of clear up debris, rake, and then start mowing this area again. And this will be the area that we want pigs on eventually, because it's kind of foresty and lots of trees and stuff like that. Let's also talk about the fact that I need a freaking haircut. I haven't had a haircut since January. It is almost September. My ends, like probably 2 inches of my ends feel disgusting, so side note. But I'm just gonna show you the area that he is bush hogging. I don't know if you can see him. Okay, so this is the back area. Matt is over there pulling trees out. We have a bunch of trees that we've been clearing over there. But he is over here. We can't see him yet. Bush hogging this area, so it's mostly weeds. It's been 2 months since he bush hogged it, I think. Well, he's lived here for 2 months, and he bush hogged it like the weekend after we moved. So now you can see the shorter area and the longer area. So we're very grateful that he has a tractor. Yes, we probably need a tractor, but we can't afford a $20,000 tractor right now. So Matt's kind of pulling up sticks and stuff, I think, to see if he can get Richard to do that back area too that we never had bush hogged because there was so many trees back there. So that's what's happening. Oh, and we're painting doors. So this was disgusting. I may have showed it on another video. So we're painting the door. So, you know, it's like 90 degrees now today in Tennessee, and I have the door open because the door has to dry when you paint the door. So there is our neighbor with to save their lives. Painting the door, it looks so much better. I think I showed the before in another video. Still have some tape around that we're waiting for some of it to dry, but it looks so much better. And Matt is spray painting our old school light fixture black, so I'll show you that. Last shot of Matt. Nice spot.
I'm not a piece of meat.
So he's spraying, oh I hate that smell. It's like a, what is it, an oil rubbed bronze spray paint. So we have some pretty old school fixtures on the house. So in lieu of spending hundreds of dollars to replace them, right now we're just going to spray paint them so they don't look like late 90s, early 2000s. He who literally cannot sit still. He just needs to sit on his little champy blanket and chill, but he keeps going in the house and out of the house, which is not good for his old man knees, so he needs to chill. Right, Beegs? Tim Tim. And he's kind of deaf. There, the chickens are hanging out. We just took them out. They've been loud all day in the garage, so now they are running around, scratching, pecking, and pooping. Okay, so I just harvested one of our sugar baby watermelons, and this time it's actually pink. So once I get back in the house, I will show you that. But I'm going to give the chickens a watermelon rind and see if they like it. What is it? Try it, Here you go. Ouch. Ouch. They like to peck at my feet, and if I have like a mosquito bite, they'll peck at that. Are you guys getting it? Is it good? Ow! You're biting my toes! Ouch! Okay, so this one is actually red on the inside. Watermelon success. Is this your favorite fruit, Champy? Did you want a piece? Do you want that? Okay, it is Thursday. I just finished, I think I finished work for the day. I've been staring at the computer for hours because I did tons of videos for our print shop. So I kind of batch do content. So I sit there and I do like 4 or 5 YouTube videos. I film them, so it's just a lot. And then I had to do a lot of work for, not a lot, but a little bit for my remote job. So it's been lots of computer time. So my eyes need a break and I need to be in the outdoors. So I'm gonna get the birds, put them outside, and then help Matt, I think, cut some trees and clear some land because that's our hobby. Birdies are outside and now they are happy because they get to run around and play and forage, and they're not contained to their little brooder. A few more days and we can keep them out here full time probably. Carmen, our little girl, is getting a little bigger. So hopefully on Monday or Tuesday next week, we can keep them out here permanently. Who starts a fire in 90-degree Tennessee heat? We do. So Matt has been cutting up these pieces. Oh, here, he's got proof.
Feels like 97.
It feels like 97.
Yeah, it's 87.
What?
It's 87, but it feels like
Yeah, 87. And we have a fire because that's smart. Guess what we're doing? Oh, I'm glowing. Cleaning up stuff. Cutting down trees. We have a fire over there, but we're gonna be able to get through this area. This was all trees, like dead trees before, and then we still have to like clean this tree up, but we're gonna actually have more, I don't know, area and maybe one day grass. We should have named our homestead the Poison Ivy Homestead because our cash crop is poison ivy and sticks. If you could sell poison ivy in sticks, we would be millionaires. So we just found this turtle on the left and we thought he was dead, but he's not, and we put him somewhere, and then we found this guy on the right and he's got his little head out. Went back to check on the one on the left and he had his head out, so I moved him over by his friend, but he's back in his shell.